Hey, everybody, welcome back to Pocket Change. This is a pick or pass episode. We're going to show you a lot of cool stuff to buy, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. And maybe a lot of cool stuff to put on a list to not buy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't buy this, don't buy that. But we have over how many is this actually pick or pass? This has got to be in like the 40s.
I'd have to go
Um,
back and look. I quit
I
numbering
mean,
them. I just quit numbering them because it's just episode,
yeah, but
part of
I
our
mean,
repertoire.
I think we should actually break pick or pass out on
Yeah,
its own.
okay.
But
Let's
just
monetize this channel and get this to 1,000 listeners, and then we'll worry about getting a second channel going because it's a lot of work. I got two channels going now. I'm trying to keep them up.
oh Lord, you got three. You're doing all the editing for Pick or Pass. You're doing
Yeah, yeah,
for the Pocket Change Reselling.
yeah,
You're doing it
yeah.
for your CJ bins,
Hmm.
and I guess sipping and shipping is
That's
kind
my
of
CJ Benz thing now.
okay.
Yeah,
So
that's basically my what's sold. So I like that one the best because I get to get a little tipsy. It's fun.
did you hear that? Everybody's a little tipsy.
Yes, a little tipsy.
Anyway, I love doing the Pick or Pass, and most of y'all who listen know that I do because one, I think it's incredibly informational, and it's short. Even though I like
Hmm.
to talk a lot, do
Yeah.
the nuts and bolts. I'm not one of those who really likes to talk about my sales, maybe because I don't have any of that much, but I do have a few sales. In fact, I need to pack one tonight or tomorrow. But anyway, because I just sold one today. But
I had a sale that somebody sent me an offer and then 10 minutes later canceled the sale and said,
oh,
"Hey, I meant to get the 2010. I sent you the offer in the 2009. Those little cars for races." He's already had the 2009. Is okay if I cancel it and then I'll reoffer another one. I said, "Yeah, sure, man. Sounds good." He offered me like $7, and then when he reoffered, he offered like $5. And I'm like, what? So you just went down $2. Plus, when I canceled it and I took a screenshot. It cost me a dollar. It cost me $1.02. It's crazy that him canceling an order cost me $1.02.
we need to talk about this on a regular podcast. We got a lot of information on our regular one to talk about, folks. But yeah, I really like to Pick or Pass. Can't see it. Can't see it on camera. You have to do a screenshot.
$1.02.
I see the negative, yeah, but it'll be
Yeah.
better. Put that
I
on
know.
our
We'll talk about it next week.
yeah. Let's talk about it on a regular
Why
podcast.
is this dark again? There you
I
go.
don't because
I
cameras
got too
get
close to my camera.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. This is the wrong episode. I just couldn't believe that the guy ended up sending me like a 20% less offer on something he already paid for, a different one, the exact same thing, just a different year. And then I sent him back a thing. I said, "Yeah, I'll sell it to you for what I sold you the last one for," and the other one cost me $1. And he said, "So I don't know what you're talking about." But you know what? And then it's people are crazy. He bought it for $7.
I just told him now you got to owe me an 8.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But anyway, so I really like to Pick or Pass because, folks, it gives you the opportunity to look for things to buy, and it also helps persuade you not to buy stuff we have bought just on impulse because we're like, oh, that's a great deal, pins, or I really like,
Everything I got today is impulse, and
or
I
I
haven't looked it up.
really like that, so I'm willing to spend, and then I end up with something that
You end up in the garage, but eventually sells. Everything sells eventually. I don't know what your deal is.
well,
Another 4,000 square foot warehouse and just fill it
my
up and
problem
move on.
is sometimes, and when I first started, I was real bad on this. This is why I like Pick or Pass because I would know something. I go, oh, I really like that. I know it'll sell, and plus everything sells eventually. But I would let my love for that particular item drive the cost up here, and so then when I went to sell it, I ended up losing money.
Right.
That doesn't work. You can't stay in business doing that. So Pick or Pass, you want to know what's hot, what's not, and what you should pay for it. And so that being said, what's your first item? You said this is an impulse buy.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
this
it was
could be
cute.
bad because it was cute. Oh, good Lord. Hello Kitty. It's a Hello Kitty what? What
Sushi
exactly?
roll.
What,
Sushi roll plush.
what is it? It's a
Isn't that the
stuffy?
cutest thing you ever saw? Oh, shit.
It's a stuffy?
Yeah, it's a stuffy. You gotta sleep with.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even. If I see those folks, I buy those for my daughter Not stuff, not
I'm
plushy
not buying it
figures.
for myself. I figure someone would buy it for their daughter.
Stuffed
I don't have
animals.
to.
I do buy the stuffed animals for my daughter when she wants one, but if I see that out and I'm picking, I'm not. I'm passing that up, especially a Hello Kitty.
Well,
Pa-
I bought it because Hello Kitty. I figured, you know what, that seems like it's worth something. It's like new.
I'm gonna venture to say pass.
Okay,
But if you were going to resale rate 10% or less, and probably $10 free shipping, 9.99 free shipping.
I paid $2 for that one.
Well, you didn't do too great.
Well, you don't know. I could have done wonderful.
I'm
Yeah,
saying it's
in your
half what you need
opinion.
to be to pay $2. I wouldn't give 50 cents for it. But maybe I'm wrong, folks. We will see. Bring it up on the screen. Let's see if I am wrong. If I'm right,
Hello Kitty sushi roll, 24.95, $9 shipping, 24.95 shipping, free shipping. Pre-owned, 22.99 free shipping.
okay, folks, I was wrong on the price.
99,
He can
$12
make
shipping.
10 times his money potentially. Let's see if they
29.
actually sell
Yeah, I
what
don't
they
think
sell
they did.
for. Just how
I
many
don't know.
items you got there?
131
131. Okay.
sold items. Search. None. No, wait a minute. It's doing this CJ Benz Fine stuff again. 5.
Five. 5 divided by 131.
Not good.
3.8. So 4%. What did I say the resale value was? Less than 10?
But you said $10 in free shipping.
Yeah, but what did I say the resale rate was?
Less than 10%. You were right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely left there. 3.8. So 4% resale rate. I'm wrong on the price. But folks, if you're going to buy this, get it for less than $2 because it's going to sit on your shelf for a while.
Yeah.
I'm
But it's
sorry, but
cute. It's something cute to look at on your shelf. And you put it behind you when you do videos. I mean,
oh my goodness, yeah.
like I got my howler monkeys back there, which I'll
Just
never sell.
put it up here onto the over top Forrest Gump. We can still see in the container.
Okay, number 2. You ready? Tinker Crate. These are like a homeschool thing, I think. This one's a hover disc. I got a buck a piece, and I bought 20 of them.
Is it
20
sealed
bucks.
or is it open?
It's not used. None of them were used. The lady said she bought them, and they never did any of the projects, and they all like that.
Yeah, it's a homeschool crate, and actually, I would buy those for the right price. Now, having some experience in this, those things are generally expensive. They're generally around 50 to $100. But I still, because of the demographics of buying them, and it's got a disc with it, so it's a CD-ROM.
No, this one here is a hover disc, so it's like a this one here is like a
Oh, okay.
phone disc,
Yeah.
and then you put the motor in there and the top and
Oh, you
bottom
build
on,
it. Okay.
and it floats.
And a lot of people, some people buy these for hobbyists for their kids to put together, but they are like a homeschool project for science and stuff. Here's the thing:
Everything I got, yeah,
they generally are pretty expensive. I would buy it, but I'd want to get it for less than $5.
yeah. I paid $1 a piece for 20 of them, and there's 10 different ones. There's 20. There was So someone bought that for their kids as a Christmas present, like a few years ago or whatever, some kind of present.
Hmm.
And there was 2 kids, so there's 2 of each one, except for the ones they did. So I went through them, and the ones so there was 24. Out of that, they had done 4 different ones. The rest of them were all still new, and so I took only the new
Uh,
ones and I left the other 4, and I said I'll give you $1. I give you $20 for all these. And then she said, "We can take the others 4." And I'm like, "I don't want those 4. Yeah, you can throw them out. I'm just not going to take them." But you know, she was first. She was like, "I don't know. I was thinking like a couple bucks a piece." I said, "If I buy them all," I said, "I buy all these 20, I'll give you $1 a piece." And she said, "Yeah, just take them. They're never going to play with them anyways." So
yeah, and
somebody
it
bought
might
them
be
for them.
maybe a subscription service
Yeah, I think it is.
because we did that with an art supply for my daughter for a while. So just for some reason it got so cheap that it wasn't worth paying, and that may be that too. But hang on, let me see something here. I want to turn
Yes.
off because I don't know. We've never done this with my. Where's it at? Come on here. We've never done a recording, ladies and gentlemen, with my VPN coming on in the middle of it. So I'm hoping this is not messing anything up. I'm definitely, if I can get it to come up, I'm definitely going to turn it off, at least for right now.
Everything seems to be recorded right now, but who knows? But yeah, it was somebody bought that for their two kids. The kids didn't dig it. They did a couple of them. I didn't take the ones that were open. The ones that weren't open, I bought $1 a piece, 20 of them.
Yeah, I think you're at a great deal there. If it's a subscription service, usually they pay like $10 a month.
Yeah,
So
something.
still, that's an incredible price. I don't know. It's going to depend on that there. So,
I started to share. I thought you were done.
no, go ahead.
Come on.
I don't know where to. You want me to try for this one? I
You
don't.
try for everything.
I don't know as much about these. I'm going to say 15% resale, but I'm going to say probably 15.95 or
Yeah.
14.99 and free shipping, somewhere along those, because it's really going to depend on how many is out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And
I
there's
don't know.
going to be a lot of them out there, but maybe not this particular brand. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to.
So let's look together. I have no idea. I just thought for $1 a piece, it
Yeah,
was definitely worth trying, and they look cool. So yeah, here I looked them up. There's 157 of the Kiwi Co. Tinker Crate Make Your Own. All different kinds. There's a labyrinth. There's all different kinds. I got all these different ones. But you're right. They're like that one there is 25, 48. I don't know, but
looks like
15.
most of them are around $15 to $20.
I would say with shipping, $20. Like this guy's at. That's probably where I'm going to go. Is probably say 14.95 plus
What does
shipping.
it weigh? I guess that's a big thing.
I think this one. I would say this one weighs probably about a pound, but depend on what's in them. They can be varying.
Yeah, so that's going to be the kicker there.
Maybe I'll do something like this guy. He just put them all together, and you pick your own. $23, free shipping. I don't want to do free shipping because every time I do free shipping, it ends up like the thing you ran into that it just gets messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably figure out the average weight and then figure out if I send it to the middle of the country, it would cost me $8. I want to be around $20 with shipping, so I'll probably go like 12.95 or 14.95 plus shipping. That way, I'm in the ballpark.
I don't know. That free shipping seems to draw people in. It's they don't. I don't know, folks. And we're going to talk about this in just a teaser. Of
Yeah.
course, our regular podcast will be out before this, probably. But I want to talk about free shipping. I want to talk about free shipping in our next regular podcast because I've noticed a few things about it. But anyway, let's go back to this here. So you said there's 157 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Of these, let's call them science project. This one I do believe is a subscription here that you
I
get
do believe it is. Yeah, I think they
get
send it to
into.
you in the mail, and then you get them. That's what. That's how they end up.
If you look at ones there, it's got a bell label on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I would assume that's what it is. And they said somebody bought them for their kids, so the kids didn't dig them, so they just had them stacked up there. And I'm like, okay, I'll take all the ones that aren't.
yeah, and generally the deal is you can't cancel for a year. So
Yeah, I think it's a gift. So they gave them a year's worth. So they had 24 of them. Four of them were used. The rest of them were not.
all
So
right, 157. How many was sold?
come on, at least 10. Zero. Oh no, that's that damn Jefferson. CJ Benz Fines is coming up again. 39.
Whoa, that's a 25%. That
Nice.
is an awesome buy there. You did well.
And you were right in your price point. 12.95, 14.95, 13.50, 12.74, $15 plus shipping. But if I think I do 12.95 plus shipping, I paid $1 for them. I'll make out very well. I'm not going to get rich,
No, but you got
I'll make
20 of them.
$200. Yeah, I
Yeah.
make $200
So
off of a $20 investment.
yeah, easy. And then,
Easy.
like I said, it's at 25%. So that would go well even in my store where I'm trying to maintain that above. We originally said 50%. That's just impossible, folks. As you can see from watching Pick or Pass, it's very hard to find items that are 50% or above. The guy that I was following on that, I really think his stuff's kind of dated. And
Yeah.
I think for eBay, that's become a huge thing that is hard to do. But there again, my store keeping small inventory, trying to get to that 620 items. A rehacker, yeah, I heard that ching. Trying to get to 620 items so that you got so many items per day, and a quick turnaround, so that you don't have a lot of space in inventory. Bins, everything store, trying to get to 5,000 items, which he's me. You realize it's difficult to get there, but yeah, a nice little 5 window VW.
Volkswagen Beetle Bus.
Yeah, die
But
cast,
yeah,
125 or
diecast. It
164.
is. It was like a $50 item, but the mirrors are ripped off. So I put that in there. And I got $20 for it.
Hey,
So
still sell. Better know how much
hey,
you paid
man,
for it.
I paid. I actually paid $5 for it. I didn't realize the mirrors were ripped off, but I bought it with a bunch of other really good ones. So $20 plus
Can't beat
shipping.
that. But anyway, back to the whole thing there. So that's a great item, man. You did well there. Really well. And where did you pick that up at? Is it a yard sale?
Yard sale. In my they did a yard sale here last weekend in my development. I'm like, oh, I was gonna set up. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go try to make some money.
You should have set up your death crap and let your wife run that while you walked around.
We've done that twice. Yeah. So I did that the last time, and then I went to go check stuff out. I was going to be a jewelry seller in the beginning because I found you could buy all this jewelry really cheap. And then her mom was here over the holidays a year and 2 years ago, and she went through and sorted all the stuff like rings and this and that, and put them in poly bags. So I had these tubs full of jewelry, and I had them out there, and I was like 50 cents a piece because I had like 3 cents in it, so 50 cents a piece. People were picking them out, and while I was gone, she's like, "Hey, I sold two full tubs of those." I'm like, "That's awesome." Yeah, $10 a piece. I'm like, "What the hell? The tub itself cost me $5. You didn't. You just lost me money." So I can't leave her in charge because she'll sell it for anything. She just
But
wants to.
your death pile, man, is get rid of it.
That's right. I'm going to start sending it to you.
I'm pulling for you, Christy.
Yeah. You know what I found? I found three huge boxes, not huge box, but decent like big shoe boxes of watches I bought over the. I think I'm sending them to you because I'll never list them.
I actually like watches.
I know. And there's some good watches in there.
I like.
I think.
I don't like costume jewelry. I like jewelry.
Yeah, it was all costume jewelry. I bought it real cheap. All right, you ready for my next item?
So my phone just blinks.
Yes.
Notification.
Jefferson sold something.
Nope. Pocket change reselling podcast.
Hell yeah, baby! I'm putting out shit like crazy.
Lobster boy.
Lobster Boy, that's a good. That's a good one. We have 500 shorts we had done before, so I've took them. I'm putting out like 10 shorts a day until I don't know March to relist them. All right, I would think with your family's business, you'd know what this is.
That is a wine.
Yes, it
That's a
goes on the table.
decorker.
Yeah,
That's a fancy decorker.
it
Wow.
is. And beyond that, and I don't think I'm going to sell it with it, but I got to watch my cord.
You gotta watch my cord. He's not used to being corded, folks.
It came in a box, which I don't think it needs because none of the ones I saw have this. I don't understand why you have this box, but I looked that box up. I think I can get $25 for the box by itself. So I'll probably sell the box by itself.
All right, so that one there is a really nice one. That's a fancy one too. That's about $150, $200 decorker, man.
I would think new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
new. Now that is it used? I guess it is.
You can
But
see that I need to wipe the wine off of it. Those
yeah,
aren't rust spots. That's
but
just
it
wine.
works.
Oh yeah,
So
I have actually hooked it up and tried it on the table in the garage.
yeah, so it does work. Say it's probably 75 to $100 even used in the condition it's in. And I don't see any chips. I didn't see any rust spots. I didn't see the handle looking bad. So
No, it's all in perfect shape.
I'm gonna say, hopefully you got it for $10 or less. So it'd be a banger.
I paid $7 for it, but it came with the box. I think I can get my $7 out of the box, so it's free.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say the resale value on it is probably around. I'm gonna go big or go home. I'm gonna go with 30% resale rate on this item.
Okay.
Because people who want these things, they're willing to pay for them because they get tired of the little. Now we had some openers when we had our business. It's in the process of being transferred to my son. He's going to be taking over our wine business, our family wine business. But we had
I
some.
already have one that's nicer than this that I use for my wine opening. It's like a it's like a metal or it's like golden like this, and you go click, and then you pull the wine down, and boop, and the cork falls in your hand.
We got to where we could put it in and pop them out quicker than you could
Oh
put
yeah,
them, quicker than you could load them in a machine and open 'em up. Because when you are at festivals or you're
oh
doing
yeah.
wine tastings at the winery or whatever, you get to where put it takes longer to load it in a machine and uncork it than it does to twist that cork twice and yank it out because you just develop muscle memory when you're doing like 40 bottles a day.
If I get to 40 bottles a day, I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. So I'm never gonna get there. I need a machine.
But I do think, and we used to sell machines similar to that in our winery store.
Yeah,
And Lord, at that time we could buy. Now ours was a little different. It wasn't quite that fancy.
yeah,
Um,
that was really fancy.
it was more like a coffee pot looking thing. Came up, it just sat on the counter and pulled it down, and it twisted a little screw in, and you pulled it back out, and it popped it. And we could get it for about $3. We ordered 100 or more of them, and we would sell them for $35 all the time. So that one there, though, being that it looks like it's chrome vanadium.
No, this is chrome and it's heavy. It probably weighs 10 pounds.
Well, I
I
was just
mean,
saying, it looks like it's chrome vanadium. It's
it is
polished.
definitely
It's got
meant for a real business.
it's got the shield on it so that
Yeah.
you can use it with sparkling wines.
Hmm.
Most people don't realize that shield is so it can be used
Yeah.
with sparkling wine, so it doesn't. And not champagnes,
Hmm.
folks. Don't think that can champagne because that's under a lot of pressure. But it can open sparkling wines or ciders. So yeah, I'm gonna say probably $100. Hope you got it for 10 or less because that's you said you got it for 750 plus the box, so that's
Yeah.
awesome. And I'm gonna say resell 30%.
All right. Let's see where we are.
Let's see if the professor's in.
That's the one right there that I have.
Wow, only 34.99.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
different.
that's the one you got.
This is no. This is the one I use. I've got
Yeah,
this on my bar, and that thing
but
works like a
the
freaking charm.
chrome one there is
25
only
bucks.
25 bucks.
Yeah.
Gosh, I am way off on that.
39 plus shipping, 29 plus shipping. Yeah, it's like a $25 item. I thought it would be more.
I did too because they used to be really expensive.
Yeah, this is the same one I got. Mine looks exactly like this one here, where it's got the bar and the wooden thing you set the bottle on. That thing
Wow.
works great. There's another one, but that's similar to what I have here, 35, 32,
So I am way off on the cost on that, ladies and gentlemen.
brand new in a
So
box. No, it's pre-owned. This is the one that you need right here. That's the good one.
I actually have that one in my drawer upstairs.
Me too. I have four of them.
But I have the old school. Go scroll down.
Yeah, this one
Like
here.
that yellow one, but I got a wooden handle on it.
I got one of those too, and that works just as well. And then this, like, you ever have one like this? It's just got two sticky.
I never
They
liked
don't work very well,
They do
but you know
not
what?
work well at all, and it's
I
not even
keep
worth
one of them in the glove box in case I'm out and I need to drink wine
it.
because they're
It
easy to
and
carry.
yeah, they're easy to carry, but it's not worth the $8 that you're charging for it.
No.
Okay, so how many of these is there? There's one for 17.25. Is just like what you got.
Yeah, what the hell? Thought I had something. 98.
Wow.
Yeah, I was surprised just like you. None. Zero sold.
But
Now,
look,
like the one that I have that I use, this is like that. That one, though, is like you mount it on the side of the table. That
mhm,
one seems to sell. There's not a single one. There it is. There's
there
one.
it is. There's
Great.
one.
33.99.
So technically, the one you got. There's
Two.
another one. There's two.
23.
Yeah, but we can't really give a good actual thing here because there's one that looks like you had sold for 25 bucks.
Yeah, so I would say it sells. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it does. But how do we do the ratio when it's saying zero?
It's saying zero, but then at the same time, all these are in that hundred and some of them, and I don't know. I tried to change this a couple different ways, and I couldn't get it anything better.
97, right? Go back.
97,
Yeah, it's
97.
97 listed. And scroll on down. Let's just
But
see
look,
how
if you
far.
go back to the 97 listed, it includes all those weird
Yeah,
ones
it
that are
does.
shown
It
there.
includes all those that are. Yeah.
So I don't understand why those aren't.
Okay, so go back to let's go back to the souls again. Let's try this again. Maybe the system's just a little bit. I love. What have you been looking up on eBay, man?
A lot of weird shit, man. You never know what I'm going to find to try to sell. Hey, if you see, this one seems to sell pretty good. It just, it's not as ornate.
Yeah, but you're some of the ones you've got in there. They
Uh-huh.
obviously sell. I'm going to say it's probably got a. I'm going to say it's probably got. How many do we think's there? Just guessing, I say there's at least 30 listed there sold.
No, it just keeps going. These are all sold.
Yeah,
So there's at least 100 of them here sold
yeah,
because it has a second page, but they're not exactly the same. It's
they're
diverse,
not.
right?
They're not exactly the same, but basically, if you see a wine or mead opener machine, you probably should get it. Now, it looks to me like from the prices, you need to get it for $3 or less. And he paid 750, but he got that wooden box with it too, so he's going to be able to sell both items. I don't think he's going to get $75 off of both of them.
Let's try this. Wine bottle opener, corkscrew, counter, table, clamp. So there's 7 sold. That
Okay,
includes one like one I have. And how many of them would it, if you did that as the thing,
okay,
get rid of, I'll clear all this. And there's 20 of them for sale. If you did it that way.
that's a 35% sell through rate.
And I think that's about right.
Yeah,
Although these
that's
rabbit
what.
ones aren't, they're not, yeah, but okay. That's definitely got this one in there. It's probably a $30 item and it probably has a 30% sell through rate. Would be a good,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's pretty much what I said.
Hmm.
Except for the price. I was thinking it'd be because they used to be. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Chinese got a hold of them.
This is old. This ain't no Chinese cheapy wine.
No, it's not. And I would put that in my listing.
Yeah,
No
it's
cheap,
solid, heavy.
no Chinese knockoff. And sweet, does it have any stamp on it? Because usually things
No, it's
like
unmarked. It's unmarked. I looked all over it.
really.
The only thing on it is a bunch of wine juice. So I got to
So,
clean it a little.
so there's no stamping under the handle or anything.
Nothing. There's nothing on it. It's completely unmarked.
Interesting.
You know what? Yeah, that's what we do this for, right? These are interesting things that you find.
I
So
was shocked at the price because those things used to really.
I'm shocked at the price because that one that I bought, that one, the other one that I use all the time, I bought that new at a winery in California, and it's the greatest thing to open wine. You can open wine bottle after wine
You know
bottle.
what I blame? The fact that there is now corks in cheap wine. You go to gas stations, at least around here, where they have wine in the gas stations. I'm not talking about your Mad Dog 20. They actually have wine bottles.
No, they do
Like
here. They have
it'll be
real
like
wine. Yeah,
$10 wine bottles with corks
yeah.
in them.
Hmm.
But it's the synthetic corks. It's not the real corks. And
Yes.
folks, that's part of. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. That is part of how you can tell an expensive wine from a cheap wine. If it has a foil cap and you open it up and it has a synthetic cork, it is probably a cheap wine.
You know how you can tell if it's a good wine? It has a deep punt in the bottom. In the bottom of the bottle, it's
That's
the
not
punt
always
which
the
you put your
case.
finger up in.
The punt is the dent
Thing you
in the
put your
bottom
finger.
of the barrel.
The
But
divot.
here's the thing, that's not always the case. It's not always the case because there are Chardonnays don't generally come with punts. They're
Well,
flat bottoms.
I'm talking about red wine.
Oh my gosh,
There's no
can't
great
just
Chardonnays that cost
you
you a lot of money.
you can't just
Chardonnays are Chardonnays. Red wine's where it's at. The rest of it's crap.
that's not true.
No, for me.
Man.
You're from North Carolina. You think what's that cheap sweet wine? What's the grape you use?
Oh, don't knock on muscadine wines. Don't.
Muscadine wine
But
is
we make all kinds of wines. In fact, North Carolina's vineyards, we actually have older vineyards in our part than California, and we actually were the first state to export export wine.
that
So
makes sense. You guys started like 400,
wine history
a
in
couple
North
hundred years
Carolina
before
is
you.
much richer than California. But coincidentally, California
Listen,
does.
my last name's Benz, right? So before they invented the motor and became Mercedes Benz, that's part of my tree, right? But I'm the branch that came to the U.S. and moved to Pennsylvania and started a winery. And how many good wineries came from Pennsylvania? You know of any? I don't know of any.
I
So
don't.
they
I
should have
mean,
just stayed in Germany and worked on the damn car, and I could be driving a nice car instead of just drinking cheap wine.
but I will say this: if you get a chance, go to the Yadkin Valley district of North Carolina and try the wines there because it is something. And then the Blue Ridge Mountains have a great, and part of what makes the wines, even the Merlots and the Cabernets, but we're getting way off thing anyway. It's a whole lot better than California. And here's why I say that: I've traveled both. I've drank European wines. The frost on the grapes causes a break in the sugar. And
Hmm.
so most North Carolina vineyards will wait till after the first frost to get their biggest harvest because it actually breaks the sugar chains a whole lot better than any way you can do it. There's a whole science to it, but
But
it's
isn't that usually like that? They call it like ice wine. Wine is
ice wine is how you actually produce it.
okay. I thought that was
So you
frosting.
can produce an ice wine, but that first they will harvest grapes all season long, and then but they will leave a lot on it to get that first frost because that first frost in the Blue Ridge foothills region and the upper Yadkin Valley. The lower Yadkin Valley does not get it. It causes a much smoother. It's like the difference between a fighting whiskey and a lover's whiskey.
Oh, okay.
A fighting whiskey will burn, a lover's whiskey smooth. If you like the real heavy bodied, harsh red wines, you're going to want first fruits from North Carolina or you're going to want California wines. If you prefer the for it to be smoother and not so heavy, there you go. But anyway, I thought that would sell better than that. It still does sell well at 35%, but I thought it would sell for more than that.
Yeah. So the only thing I have to add is, you ever seen that movie Keanu Reeves, A Walk in the Clouds? Like
Mm-mm.
it's Selma Hayek, Keanu Reeves. It's like a '90s movie,
Never really a
and
Selma Hayek
she's
fan.
she's pregnant. She's going home to her family's winery. He sells chocolates. He pretends to be her husband, and they have a winery. And then the frost comes, and they try to keep everything heated, and then they burn down all the vines. That's
Never.
one of the. It's a great movie. You should watch it. It is like a great date movie. And then I was dating at the time. I
You
had
know
that
what?
on
You know what my wife and I
DVD.
are
Right there.
watching together right
Yeah.
now?
So listen, let me
Becker.
tell my story.
Reruns of Becker.
Yeah, you're a curmudgeon. It's perfect. But I watched that with a few different ladies, and they all dug it. And then my wife, I'm like, you gotta watch this movie. She fell asleep, and she's never made it through that movie. We've tried to watch it like 4 times. I guess she's just not romantic.
I was never a Selma Hayek fan. I
I'm not
mean,
a big Selma Hayek fan, so I was watching it for Keanu Reeves. I
and
think
I
you're
was
looking.
never Keanu Reeves and I Matrix. That was the only one I've ever really watched of his. So
All right, you ready for another one?
yeah, let's. How many is this? Gosh, we're going long to now.
I don't know. I got two more of my five. This is you.
Good
You're just
Lord!
rambling tonight. You're
Come
a big
on, come on. 1,000 Sunny One
One
Piece.
Piece. One Piece. It's like a pirate anime, and then they made the live action one, which I watched on Netflix. So I was like, oh, that's that One Piece thing. So I saw this, and I'm like, okay. The guy wanted $1 for it. It's brand new. It's in a box. It's a cool mug, which has got that guy on there, and then the One Piece on the back. That's cool.
See there again, folks. I'm going to say this. I would leave that alone. Here's why I would leave that alone. Even for $1, I would leave it alone because I
All the
have
writing.
noticed. Here's
Go ahead.
what I've noticed.
Hmm.
If you don't have more than one item in your category, it doesn't sell well. My freaking lone Funko Pop is going to be there forever, and I'm not going to buy another one. I'm just going to end up throwing the thing in the garbage because I will not take it back to Goodwill.
It's
But that
all
there
Japanese or something. It's not American. It's definitely an imported thing.
anime though sells pretty well,
I know.
especially with Gen Z, and they are getting really heavy into eBay. So, folks, it would be something to pick up. But if you don't have, I would pass it up because I don't have mugs and I don't have anime.
I've got mugs, but I don't have anime.
But it would fit into your mug category, and you could also put if you wanted to pay the little second listing fee, you could put it in anime.
Yeah,
But just put anime in the description, it'll still pop up.
it'll pop up.
So
And the One Piece thing, I watched that. So I was like, oh, okay, I know what that is. So $1.
I'm gonna say $10,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 15, 10 to
Mm-hmm.
15. I'm gonna say resale though is probably around 15. I don't want to go that high because it's a mass produced item. There may be a lot of them, and maybe some brand new ones out there actually competing against 7%.
7%, $15 item. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. All right.
It's right in front of me. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it's some kind of prize mug from Japan. There's
Somebody
only one of them. There's 40. I put that in itself, and there was only one. So I went ahead and just took the wider version of it. So I guess there's a prize E. That's a prize G. There's a bunch of mugs together for $60 from Japan.
Folks, I am way off on this. So
Shipping from Japan.
I would
So
have passed up a great item here. Um,
$47 shipping from Japan. So there's the same one, 61.69.
wow. I just got schooled, folks.
Yeah, I don't know if
Well,
we'll
not
ever see another
necessarily.
one of them. Who knows? Because there are wide 40 of different 40 of that type of one piece prize mug.
So let's see what many.
I haven't done this yet. Zero. But there's one, two. I don't know how to put it in to get it to come up, but it's definitely not a high sell item. But there's only one of them listed. So I think for $1, it's worth a try. I don't think we can tell you what the sell through rate is, but we
Hmm.
can tell you that it is at least $40 with including shipping. So I would say I'm going to probably list this for $34.95 plus shipping, whatever the shipping is, and see what happens.
Yeah. Sell through rate's obviously atrocious.
Yeah,
And that's what I was afraid of. But it is, you got it for $1. So even if it sits there for 12 months or 13,
and I
14 months,
think that the One Piece they did the live action, and they're going to do another season that's coming up, and I think it's coming out in 3 months. So I think it'll probably get a bump from that and sell.
yeah. And sell for quite a bit. It'll be a good profit once it sells.
Yeah,
It's going to be sitting on the shelf for a little bit. But
yeah, exactly.
wow, I cannot believe that. But anime, I told you, anime
Yeah,
stuff is hot. My son paid like $20 for stickers to go on his car that reflect. I'm like, that's a sticker. Yeah, but it's anime. I mean, he paid like 100 and some dollars just to get his outline done of his anime tattoo, and I was like, you're getting that cartoon character tattooed on you? But hey,
not our thing. And I tried to watch anime because
whatever
they
you're into.
Rick and Morty is a really good cartoon I like, and then they did an anime version. I can't understand anime. It's like, oh, it's what the hell's going on? It's way too much for me. So I'm more of a Simpsons, Family Guy,
I like Becker.
American Dad. What?
I like Becker.
You like Becker?
That's my all-time favorite TV show.
So that's Tom. Who's that? Who's
Ted
the
Danson.
Ted Danson just came out with a show that's new on.
I already watched it.
You watched it, the one where he goes into
Yep.
the retirement home.
Yep.
I watched
I
that.
do
It's
like
good. I
him as
like
an
Ted
actor.
Danson. Yeah, yeah. All right, my last one. You ready?
Sure.
It's a card game.
You and your card games. You and
Cha-choo.
your games. Was that Kenny G or Michael Bolton one that you had?
Yeah, keeping it sexy. I
Keep it.
like that this card game said the card game that will drive you insane.
Okay.
New in a box.
Yeah.
It looks anime-ish. I got it from the same place, so I'm assuming it's similar.
I don't know. I don't even venture. I would leave that alone. I'm not even going to venture to guess on this one.
Sealed for $1. I bought it.
Yeah. If it's anything for $1, you and
If
Larry
it's,
Darrell.
I'll do it. $22. I'll stuff the box completely full. There you go.
Let's go ahead and go to what we got. I'm not even going to venture on this one. I have no idea. 100%. Wow. So 12, 20.
But it's brand new. I don't know. That one says brand new, but it's got the box open, so I don't think that's brand new. $10 brand new on an auction. Pre-owns like $13,
Four,
$9.
$5.
Yeah. So
It's
I'm
all over,
thinking
it's all over the place.
it is. So I'm thinking $9.95 plus shipping is what I'm going to list it for, brand new.
Yeah.
There's 55 of them out there.
Okay.
I don't know how that CJ Benz Fines got back in there, and there's 20 of them sold.
That's good, pretty good.
Yeah, and $8, $10,
That's
19,
36.
and it looks
Can't
like
beat
it's about
that.
$20 including shipping is what it's selling for.
I wouldn't pay more than $1 to $2 for it. And if it's
Exactly.
open, don't pay more than $1, but
I agree.
max 50 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for giggles, let's do one here since we're talking about games, because I've heard this one's come back out big. Do Dungeons and Dragons stuff, D&D, because apparently that one is making a huge comeback. That was popular when you and I were coming along as teenagers. That and the Ouija board. I'm not playing with a Ouija board ever.
The books, or what are you talking about? Because the book is
Yeah,
what.
the book is what it is. Of course, you got the game boards, you got the books, they got all kinds of stuff now, from what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. So let's share that. And if you're unaware of it, Dungeon and Dragon stuff is worth a lot of money, especially the like older stuff. So these are older books, two hundred
Yeah,
seventy
look at
dollars,
that.
$80, $70. All these books, $1,800. So if you run across a Dungeon and Dragon book, pick it up. If it's only a couple bucks, most of them are worth a lot of money. So that's like the books. Look at 1,500 bucks for those
Gosh, yeah, definitely pick it up.
guides. So
So,
let's. So this is 1,660 available, and 3,000. So it's got a 50%, 45% sell through rate on this stuff.
and look at the
90
prices,
bucks,
90,
31. Yeah.
31.95. Yeah, depending upon, so if you come across it, you need to really pull out your little phone and do your search. I was just wondering because it seems to be making a comeback with
Yeah. And then if we
younger
go,
generation and a huge comeback with Gen Z. And guys, if you're listening, folks, and you're from Gen Z, this is you probably know exactly what we're talking about here because this is apparently huge. When Ben's and I were coming along, this was the stuff that the nerds played.
so
Geeks,
let's do
nerds.
board games. So there's 8,500 board games. They seem to range in prices from 30 to $50. There's a Monopoly Dungeons and Dragons. But board games is 8,500. Let's see what the sell through rate is on those. 1,600. So it's a little less on the board games.
Yeah. Wow. So if you come across any of it and see, and we'll go back up with them pink, you see, folks, stuff like that could be sitting in a yard sale.
Yeah.
You don't know, but you need to pay attention because this here is, I mean, I know my son's heavy into it. He and all his friends are heavy into it. And Lord, the amount of money they pay for this stuff to play is crazy.
I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger.
I never
I had
played
some
it.
friends that were nerds. I was not a particular nerd, but I liked them and I hung out with them. And Dungeons and Dragons was fun to
I
go on the
never,
quest and all and the other.
I
It was
never
neat.
had,
I wasn't there all the time, but every once in a while I'd go hang out with some people that did that. I was busy working on the farm and milking cows, but
I stayed busy doing sports and working and all that stuff but apparently it's not just for geeks and nerds anymore.
the thing is now being a nerd is cool. Being a nerd back then was awful.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory changed that a little bit, made it
I
cool.
thought it was Revenge of the Nerds. Although you know what,
That was our generation.
if you watch that now, that
It's
scene
really,
where
really not that
he
great.
chicks that girl into having sex with him because he thinks it's her boyfriend, that's technically rape. And that was yeah, that's what he did.
Oh, we won't get into movies
I'm
that will
just
be
saying
canceled now.
that would it's an awful movie.
All right, so I'm gonna show my item.
All right,
All
what
right,
you got?
so this is something called, and I'll try to move it, Man Crates Projects. So these are things that women tend to buy for their do it yourself husbands, hobbyists, want to do things on your own. This one here, and I promised myself that if I ever get it done, because this one was bought for me, but I have seen a bunch of them in thrift stores now lately. Because here's what happens: usually, the guys who get these things are very busy, and some guys actually sit down and do them. Some guys like me, they put it back and say, "When I say get this done, I'll do that." But mine is the pipe one. It comes with all the tools to shape it and engrave it and stain it and do everything. I get this done, I'm actually going to smoke it. I
That's
am
cool.
going to smoke it. It's going to happen. But right now, this is how pipes start out, apparently.
That's how that pipe starts out.
But we'll see. I might just smoke it like this.
There you go.
That's a weird pipe you got. Yeah, I never finished it.
It's a 2 before pipe.
But it even comes with a little polish.
Go.
So it comes with everything you need: sandpaper, tools, saw blades, everything you need. And they were real popular a few years ago. Now they've waned a little bit, and I think it's because I've had this one for about 6 years.
That's probably what happens to most of them, right?
And
I would assume that's why you're saying them.
that's why you're starting to see them in thrift stores. You're going to see them in yard sales.
Mhm.
because guys are starting to go, I'm never going to get around to it. Or the wives are going, you're never going to get around to it. My
Like the
wife's
kid
already,
Tinker Crate,
yeah,
but on steroids.
my wife's already saying, you're never going to get that done. You're never going to. Yes, we're not getting rid of it. I'm going to do it. Once I get my workshop
All
and everything, I'm going to do it. Um,
right, let's see if they are worth anything.
yeah, let's see if they're worth anything.
So maybe you won't do it. Maybe you'll just sell it.
I
And
might. If it's worth enough, I might. Can
okay,
always
Man
find
Crate.
home.
So I looked up Man Crate projects, and there are 5 of them.
There's one right there, and $100 for, and that's the actual one like I got in the kit. The 190's got everything with it. What's the one for 15.99? Doesn't look like it's got everything with it.
It is a Man Crate project gin fusion kit. It is bottles, and then you buy gin, pour it in the bottles, and then put different flavors in it. Doesn't seem like a really good Man Crate.
It's not really a man project. We can all make mixed drinks.
Yeah, you add all these herbs and stuff to it.
We can't make mixed drinks like
The
Ben's,
2 that
but
are here that are $100 is the making a Damascus,
Damascus knife, yeah,
yeah,
that was one of them. Yeah,
and this is making a knife as well. So it's not, it's probably the same kit. This one is making a little box. I don't know. And then this one, I don't think that's a Man Crate, but it's a Chevy
it's a Chevy tailgate. That's not really a man crate, but
that you can
whatever.
hang on the wall. And then beyond that, it gets into weird.
There's one of them boxes like you guys just
Yeah,
green.
exactly. Yeah,
You
Man
got
Crate
really
box.
weird stuff.
Another
Okay,
one of those wiki.
yes,
But
not all these are in this number here.
no, so I would say no. There's only 5. 5 that come with
5.
just Man Crates. But in all honesty, I don't think this is an actual Man Crate. Neither is that.
Uh-uh.
So I would say Man Crate projects. There's 3 of them shown.
3 of them that show. So let's see if any of them sell. Probably not.
Get rid of myself. No,
Yep. Don't see any of them there for sale.
it says 20. It says 23 sold.
We'll
But
scroll down. Let's see if we see any pop.
there's one of those Chevy trucks. So
Chevy
if you get a
tailgate.
Chevy for $500, keep that in mind.
That looks like one right there.
There's one right there to make a boom box
Yeah.
out of it. Looks like you're making it out of an old ammo thing.
There's
Man
one.
Crate knife
Yeah.
making kit.
So there's
2,
2,
3. There
3,
you go. 4.
4. Not very much, but
Home brewing kit. 5. Man Crate. That's
so that's about 100% sell through.
yeah, 100% sell through rate. I think you would sell that if you listed it.
It looked to me like though that they were selling for around what, $20, $30? Well,
48,
that was
84.
84,
Making the knife was
70.
70.
So a
$100 to
hundred
make a
bucks.
knife,
Yeah.
and then $5. But that was, I think
Are they
that.
even still in business? That's one thing. I want to do a search right now.
I would say if you listed that, I'd list it for $50 and see what happens. I think you'll sell it.
Yeah, they're still in business. Still in business. The company that actually makes them. Now there is a cheap knockoff apparently on Amazon.
There you go.
So yeah,
All right. You know what? We got some good stuff today.
yeah,
Some
well,
good
not
sell through
bad.
rate. Yeah.
You had 235 plus, and
Yeah.
I mean,
And some stuff, you know what? That if you find those Tinker crates for like next to nothing, they seem to have a good sell through rate. Um, I think that even though that one piece doesn't have a sell through rate,
I still think it'll sell
I think
well.
it'll sell. I was very surprised by this not being $100 because
Me
that's what I
too.
was thinking. $100. It's 25 plus shipping, and it weighs like 80 pounds. So I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it in the box and try to sell it for $100. I don't know. Why would you need that box?
I don't know. Does it even fit in the box?
No,
You said
it
the
fits in
box
that
was
box
way
perfectly.
huge.
Yeah, but it fits the box the long ways, and then it is too big for it, but it makes sense. But would you? Is this that something you would put out and then take away? I put this on my counter.
That's something you would put in a maybe a wine cellar or a man.
Yeah,
Because I
I
wish
put it
they
on my
did.
counter, which is granite, and then after I did it twice, I'm like, yeah, I'm not ripping the corner off my fucking granite countertop.
I will
So
tell you what is making a comeback that is shocking to me, and that is the male lounge. Man caves are apparently out. I know what you're thinking. It's not that, but they don't really call it they used to
Is
be
there a pole and there's ladies dancing? That's the
it
male
used
lounge?
to be the cigar parlor.
Okay.
Back in
Okay.
the day, men would go into a little room and sit around. And if you visit places like the Biltmore House and
Yeah.
the White House had one, it was a smoking parlor, it was a cigar parlor. But now they're calling them the man lounge, and I'm like, and when I first heard that, I thought, okay, but
Men are
apparently,
becoming less manly. And not in a weird way. Don't take that wrong. Men don't go out and kill and hunt and fish as much as we used to. We, yeah, hang around and make fancy little drinks and have a good time.
and
Smoke a
that is what is happening. Is men now want their own space inside their house.
hmm
You for a long time you had the man cave. It became the man cave. At first, it was the workshop or the den, the man's den, the escape to the man's den. Go where he'd have his jerseys on the wall, and it's like
Yeah.
his own. Then it morphed into, and now what's apparently made a comeback because I've seen a lot of the real estate. We're still tinkering with selling our house. We look at it all the time. Of course, we're locked in for a little while with my daughter in the school she's in. But looking at houses and stuff like that, and keeping up with it, and talking to realtors, apparently having a den that has a drinking bar and a place where men can just go, and that would be something that could be put in there.
Yeah.
Because apparently this is another thing, is mead is becoming a huge thing again with the younger generation.
I don't care for mead.
I actually mead, it has to be a certain some of the meads I don't like hot meads, and it's not hot temperature, it's spice.
Yeah, I don't like spice any.
If it makes me sweat and it's not hot outside, I really don't want it. I'm sorry. I get beads on my forehead, and oh my god,
I don't want to be hot anymore.
you're not cool. Um, anyway, but yeah, so I would see the item you got going in that. You're right. If I would not put it on a granite countertop.
Yeah, I put it on there for 2 pulls, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably a bad idea." I even put a piece of foam over the soft foam. I'm like, "Yeah, we can put this here," but it actually didn't work any
Would be
better than what
worse.
I have.
It'd be worse on like my countertops, because my countertops are not granite; they
Mhm.
are quartz,
Oh, yeah. It'd snap it off.
and quartz is weak.
Mm.
And so, yeah, you got to put pressure on it. But
Yeah,
in
you need, like, a nice wooden table to put this on, like, and
a
you
wooden
could put it on
bar, it would go on a
yeah,
nice
a
wooden
good great
bar,
wooden bar, yeah,
and now you want the bar made out or a concrete bar. Those are apparently
yeah,
popular again too. I'm like, those come and go. They're just so heavy, and I'm afraid to
mhm,
crack. I think they're cool. You can't slide a beer bottle down them. I can tell you that's a bad idea. I had a buddy that had them, and he slid a beer bottle down it, and it fell over and cracked, and
yeah,
beer went everywhere. But yeah, I would not put that on my granite countertops, quartz countertops, the nice butcher block oak stuff countertops that are famous right now. I would not.
mhm.
It will mess it up. But I was really shocked that item didn't sell better now, or
Yeah,
didn't
me too, me too.
sell
It
for
didn't have
more.
a higher value. I thought it would
Yeah.
be a higher value. I thought when I bought it for $7, I'm like, "Oh, that's easily 10 times my money."
Wine drinking has become a huge thing. It really has. It's not just for sophisticated people anymore. A lot of people drink wine all the time.
Yeah, oh, you know what? For New Year's, we did Grinch mimosas.
Yeah, I saw them.
Me and my wife
Nice and green.
yeah, we were like 7 bottles of champagne in, and the next morning, my head hurt really bad.
You know what makes the best sangrias?
Spanish
Ma-
people?
No, I'm talking about makes the best for
Yeah, yeah.
making them. The ice tea tubs.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Get
yeah.
you one of those clear plastic iced tea tubs. Put the ice in it. Put your sangria in it. Put the lid on it. You pour it out. It works at pools. You can put it
Yeah,
beside your pool. Have a pool party. If it falls over, it's not gonna break.
yeah.
But
I never got drunk off of the champagne at all, but I had the worst headache the next morning. It's too much sugar.
and bubbles.
Yeah. My nose is tickling,
I don't like carbonated
and I don't like
wine and
champagne, but
carbonated. And they're
yep,
doing carbonated beer now, and even carbonated whiskeys. And I'm like, why? But
isn't all beer carbonated?
each to their own. No,
Bubbles, baby.
yeah, but it's not like drinking a soda. It's not.
Or yeah.
It's not. They're actually taking and doing like whiskeys
Adding
and all
bubbles.
that, and adding the carbonation to it, like champagne. And I'm like, "Mm." But I'm not a champagne drinker.
I got a bottle of this small batch for Christmas. Someone gave it to me. My kids sent it to me. It was a small batch apple cider whiskey.
Mm,
It is delicious.
I bet so.
It's low proof. It's like 25 proof, so 50%. But it is tasty. I could just drink that. And you know what? This morning I actually made a cup of tea and poured it in. I don't even like tea. I like because it says on there, oh, it's good to add to tea.
Believe it or not, there is one apple, one out of all the varieties of apples that was probably made out of, and it's like an original, like an ancient apple. It's the ugliest thing you'll ever see in your life. They'll never sell it on a shelf. It's almost died out, believe it or not. The apple that makes the apple whiskeys have almost died out because the apples aren't sellables. They're not.
Crab apple.
It's not a crab apple. I forget what it's called, but folks, if you're listening, you can Google it. It's crazy. And then, believe it or not, the original corn got a lot of corn. A lot of whiskey was made from way back in the day before Prohibition.
Yeah.
It's almost died out too. There's only 4 farms now that produce it,
Well, yeah, because they've hybrid the hell out of corn over and over again to make bigger heads and
and it doesn't make as good a whiskey. But
well,
anyway,
that's
we're
sad.
getting talking about alcohol bad tonight.
A couple old drunks. What does it matter?
I'm
Yeah.
not.
If
I'm
they're
not.
here
I
at
still
an
got a
hour
whiskey.
in, they're not offended that we are having random
I still
conversations.
got a fifth of whiskey. It's like,
This week I finished 3 bottles up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna clear up the stuff. So I had some Jameson that I had but I don't buy fifths because that's a waste of money. I buy 1.75s. So I finished my Jameson. I finished a bottle of Scotch, which was Dewar's White Label, and my Lord Calvert, which was finished in this glass.
I prefer whiskey and fifths in plastic bottles. That way, if I get sick, I can just sip straight in the bottle, and if I leave it sitting out, I don't mind it. If I drop it while I'm sick, but I just drink till I don't care if I'm sick anymore.
Uh, yeah, that's why I never get sick. I just keep drinking. It's a different process.
Yours is preventative medicine, right?
Yes, at least 1.75 liters a month keeps you straight. All
There
right,
you
that's
go,
enough. I don't
folks.
drink that much.
You heard it straight from him, from the
Yes,
guy who has a show called Sipping and Shipping. He
shipping.
doesn't
Yeah,
drink that much.
I don't drink that much.
I
No
do
more.
want to try that mudslide that you were talking about, though.
The one from
No, not too much. That,
no, you want to try the
um,
Ezra Brooks
yeah,
bourbon cream. That is fantastic.
I'm
It
gonna have
is.
to
If you
try it.
find that, pick it up. And actually, I realized that it is discontinued.
What?
Yeah.
You must be the only one that thinks it's delicious.
Well, no, they actually, the one that I got was higher proof. They have a new one that's lower proof. So,
Oh, somebody's panties were hurting. I get it.
yeah. So you know what? After I did the video and I realized it was discontinued, I went back to the store and bought the 6 bottles they had. So I don't want to lose it. It's delicious and it's good forever.
Isn't that just the way it works? We got so many people wearing panties these days.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my wife. She will not drink alcohol. She doesn't like the taste of alcohol. So if it tastes like alcohol, she won't drink it.
You need to get that cream,
I'm
and
like,
that it doesn't taste like alcohol. And honestly, the mudslide, the Chi-Chi's mudslides that you can buy in the little bottles
you
that
said
are
that was the too.
four
So
for $1. That the mudslide and the pina colada are fantastic. Everything else I tried of theirs tastes like shit. But if it's like a cream based shitty drink made with wine because it's a wine cocktail, it works.
all
But their
right,
margarita's horrible. I tried their ruby red margarita. The what's that one with all the different alcohols in it? That
I don't drink enough to know all the names of them.
the Long Island iced tea tastes like prune juice. It was the worst thing I've ever drank in my life.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was horrible.
I don't like Long Island iced teas.
But if you were trying to stay regular, I like a Long Island iced tea that's almost clear. But that means because it's a bunch of clear liquors and they put a splash of Coke in it. So basically, in most places when you go out to have a drink, will only serve you 2 Long Island iced teas because it's 7 liquors in a glass, in a pint glass.
See, I don't drink those. If I go out, I drink either a dark beer. If that's what I drink mostly if we go out because I'm not gonna pay the prices for a mixed drink somewhere.
Actually, when I go out, I usually don't drink. I drink at home
It's too
because
expensive.
it is
I mean,
way too
honestly.
much. The last time we went out, we went for Mexican food on Wednesday, and we went to a restaurant, and then I didn't have a drink, but my wife got the ultimate margarita, and she went with a large. Yeah, it was
40,
this.
$50.
It was $29.75 for one drink, and she couldn't finish it. It
I'm
was way
like, you better get a to go cup.
I asked, they wouldn't give us the go cup. So I finished it. I'm just like, okay. She's like sipping on. So this thing's this big, and it's like going down. I'm like, we gotta go. I just grabbed it, had two straws. Chinky, chinky, ching. Oh my god! I'm like, yeah. I drank like 18 ounces of freaking liquor right before I walked out the door. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Hope you weren't driving.
I was. We're only like 12 minutes from home. It takes longer than that for your body to.
Yeah, but you don't be riding a bicycle again, dude.
Oh no, I'm not doing that again. I don't drink and drive. That's why I don't drink when I go out. I did that once, and I rode a bicycle for 6 months.
Yeah, told me you were
You
getting
see a guy in his mid-30s and riding a bicycle, he got a DUI. He ain't trying to get healthy unless he's got that spandex suit on, which is really weird. And don't talk to that guy because there's something wrong with him.
You always get the weirdos though. We need to do a show one night about your weirdos. I've never in my life heard something so funny as being on the phone. And we're rambling here, folks, but
Yeah.
being on the phone with Ben's, and he stops to try to give some homeless guy who's holding a sign, wants some food or money, and he
Yeah.
stops to give him cookies, and the guy goes, "I'm watching
So
my
they had this
figure."
discount grocery outlet, right? And I went in there and I bought a bunch of. I used to like to go there and get random stuff. They had these Toll House chocolate chip cookies, 50 cents a box. They're usually like $5. So I pull up in California to the stop sign or the light. And this guy's got a sign, you give me money for food or whatever. I say, hey, come here. He comes over. I try to give him 4 boxes of cookies. He's like, ooh, yeah, I'm no carb. I'm like, you're no house. What the hell are you talking about? I don't eat carbs, man.
I'm
I'm like, you're
watching my.
free
He goes,
freaking
"I'm
cookies.
watching my weight."
Yeah, I'm watching my weight. I'm like, yeah, you're a freaking stick. You need to eat something. Take the cookies. He's, I don't know. I don't need the cookies, man. I'm low carb.
Only in
Keto.
California.
I'm like, really? The homeless guy's in better caring about his body more than I am because I'm like 50-cent cookies excited. He took the cookies. I'm like, hey, there's got to be somebody in the encampment that can have these cookies. Like, yeah, I'll give them away. All right, here, take the 4 boxes of cookies.
I could know. I was laughing so hard. I was on
I
the
mean, that's
phone.
$20 worth of cookies, even though I only paid $2 for it.
I
But you
was
know what?
I was on the phone and I was laughing so hard because the guy. What he literally said, I remember it. What he literally said was,
He said,
"I'm watching my figure."
yeah,
You
you were on the phone, so I'm not
you
making this shit
you
up.
are
You were listening.
homeless, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather have some cash. I'm like, I got four boxes of cookies for you.
Ben's finally said, Ben's finally said, "Take the damn cookie."
Take the damn cookies. Give them to somebody. I'm trying to be nice here. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, I was laughing so hard. Ben's used to have the weirdest stuff happen to him.
When I lived in Virginia, and then I used to go. So one day I was like going to Walmart, and I did this back road, and there was this guy Tommy, who was mentally challenged, and I'd met his family. They knew me. He lived probably about 3 miles from me, and whenever I drive by there, he'd always come out to the road and wave. And one day he comes out there, and he's, hey man, I want some chicken. I'm like, all right. And he stopped me. He was like on the road. I'm like, okay, you want some chicken? He said, yeah, take me to Hardee's. I'm like, sure, get in the car because I knew him. And I drove him to Hardee's and I dropped him off. I'm like, I got to go to Walmart. I'll come back and pick you up. He's like, no, I'll get a ride. I'm like, all right. So I got to Walmart, buy my stuff, and then I'm like, you know what? I want some damn chicken too. So I went back to Hardee's to get some chicken for myself. And he was sitting there eating his chicken, just sitting out in front of it. I'm like, hey, he's like, I need to ride home. I'm like, yeah, get in, Tommy. So I take him back home. And we're going over the hill, and then we come around the corner and go up over the hill, crest the top, and go down to his family that lives there. And his mom's outside, and she's a big old Southern lady, like probably 312, 320, in a moo, just with arm crossed, staring. And I came over that hill, and she's, oh, stop the car! I want to get out. I'm like, what? He's like, I wasn't supposed to leave. I drove up. She is so mad that he left. She's like, where you been? He's like, I wanted chicken. And I'm like, she's like, Jefferson, what did you do? I'm like, I took him to get chicken because he wanted chicken. She's like, don't ever take him off the property again. He's unstable. I'm like, man, he's pretty good. He just ate 12 pieces of chicken. It's all right. She was so mad.
All he wanted was some chicken.
All I wanted was some chicken. I'm like, I'll take you to get some chicken, bro.
Oh,
To the point that he jumped in front of my car when I'm driving down a road, like a 50-mile-an-hour road. He's like, chicken. I want some chicken.
he wanted it bad.
He did. He wanted some chicken. I'm like, all right. Oh, you
Anyway,
got money? He held up. He had a $20 bill. He's like, I'm getting chicken.
folks, maybe you can talk Ben's into starting a life channel because he really, I've known him for a while and he has some interesting, he attracts the most
I do. I do.
interesting folks.
When I
He,
first started dating my wife, she's like, oh, you just make this shit up. I'm like, you said, no. And then she started hanging out with me and going to places. She's weirdos are just attracted to you. I'm like, yeah, because I'm friendly. And if you look weird and you got a story to tell, I'm going to ask you what the hell you're doing. What's up? Oh, you got that parrot on your shoulder. Yeah, it's my Palm Pilot. He remembers shit. Ah, call mama. I definitely. I'll never forget one day I went to Walmart in California, like 3 blocks from my house. I was trying to refill the hot tub, but I bought one of those expandable hoses that you can't leave out in the sun, but they don't tell you can't leave them in the sun because when you turn them on, they go they blow up. But I already had drying the, so I was like 11 o'clock at night. I go to get a freaking hose at Walmart, and then when I was leaving, I guess somebody had stole some shit, so they were like corralling everybody at the door, and they were letting us out one at a time. And it was like, and this is in L.A. There's 8,000 people trying to leave, and I'm standing there next to this lady, this drag queen, big old bitch, and she looked at me. She's like, "They can't stop us both. Let's go." I'm like, "What?" She's, "Let's go." The whole crew just ran through the door. I don't know if everybody was stealing shit. All I had was my freaking hose that I paid for. And she was like, "Nice hose." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just get out of here."
oh, that's not the weirdest one. But anyway,
No,
we don't want to give away all our stuff, but maybe we'll start doing a after time. Let Ben
yeah.
tell about
But once we get to the point that we have for subscribers,
he
we'll tell
definitely,
stories.
folks, he attracts the weirdos.
And I like it. And the thing that really upsets me now is I was always the guy who would go anywhere. I don't care. I don't get scared in like the bad part of town. But now I've been looking for houses in Savannah, and I talked to this guy, and he's, "Oh yeah, yeah, it'd be perfect." Yeah, and he's, "You white?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Ooh, are you cool?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm 52-year-old white guy with a beard." And he's like, "Ah, I don't think you need to be my roommate." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." Apparently, it was the wrong part of town for me to be white. I was like, "This sounds great." It was a good deal. Him and his 3 pit bulls. I figured I'd fit right in. I like dogs.
Anyway, folks, it's been a great. I hope we gave you at least if you're still here right now. I hope you're laughing.
Jacqueline,
Go back and rewind and write down some of the stuff. We did have some great items for you on this particular show. And the man crates, if you see them, great. If you see the Tinker boxes, that's a good
yeah,
investment.
good
I
deal.
mean, the one piece, so really some good items. And these are just impulse buys that basically
Yeah.
you just see. And so you get them. I think our next one, though, I'm gonna bring a few.
Okay.
What I call these is the Christmas rejects.
You got Christmas?
Yeah, so we're gonna go through some Christmas rejects. Ben's won't bring quite as many. I'll bring a few more. We'll go through some Christmas rejects and just show you exactly why a lot of stuff that people get for Christmas ends up at Goodwill. But some of it's going to surprise you. I promise. Some of it will surprise you. Some of it you'll be like, wait, I should have kept that. I got that and I already got rid of it. I think for our next Picker Pass, we'll do one. We'll title it Christmas Rejects.
It's good, man.
All right, man. It's been a great show.
But on our next episode, no, this is, I don't know where this one lands.
Next one, Picker Pass or regular podcast.
Our next,
We enjoy doing this for you folks.
yeah,
Again, we don't. This is not. You can look and see we're clearly not monetized.
we ain't making jack, baby.
But
But we're having a great
appreciate
time.
each and every one of you that sits here that listens to us. And
Yeah,
you guys that are regulars, we appreciate you so much. Appreciate your friendship. And we got to get a guest on soon. So,
I know. I need to talk to them. There's people that want to come on. I've just been so busy with everything else that I don't want to schedule people. And Sundays haven't been consistent in the start time, so I don't want to jam that up. So we need.
we just been doing it
Yeah,
because just here lately, we record our regular one on Sunday. And it's, you want to do it now? Sure, I'm free. Four
yeah.
o'clock. Get it done. Because I feel bad for Ben's because he edits every one of these.
And I'm getting ready to start a job, so doing them late is going to have to be a problem. This one's fine. It's done. This we're on Saturday instead of Friday, but on the weekend I don't care. But on Sundays, definitely going to try to do them early. I will reach out to 8 people that I know that want to have offered to be on here. I don't know if they want to be, but they're being nice and they're like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So I'll reach out to them. I'll start setting those up.
And be sure and go, like I'm gonna plug it again. Go check out Mike
Meg,
Metco's site. I'm telling you, folks, that's gonna be. You want to get, if you're new and you stumbled across us, you want to get plugged into this community. It will
yeah.
help you a lot, and you want to start just craving as much knowledge as you can, because some of our friends, they were doing multiple thousands of dollars in December.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that have done really well this.
Eight to $20,000 eating. They're doing that, and that can make your year.
Yes.
But you want to know how. And a lot of it comes with knowing the right stuff to buy and the right prices to get it
Yep.
at and to sell it at. That's just the case. So,
All right. Thank you guys again for wasting over an hour with us. Hopefully, we kept you entertained at the end there. Probably cut a lot of that out. I don't know. Probably not. I'm lazy. And by the time it gets like
you,
past, I start fast forwarding it 2 times a thing and then
you
I
can
miss.
cut it. You can cut it off and throw it on some short or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, we're very glad you're with us. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe. Catch you later.
Have a good week.